the right to have the last question. And it's the most important question. Forget all the other stuff that we spoke about today, the creative conflict. You know it's coming, bro. So you just have to just bear with me. Bear with me. And I'm not going to lead. I'm not going to lead. I've been accused of leading the so, your top 3 MCs. Get it right now. Under pressure.
So it's all about who I listen to. You know, I guess I think it's so for me. You know, I gotta put I put Nas there. My wild card is Ghostface.
Yeah.
Dude is just crazy. And I got it. Can I only do 3 really?
All right, go 5.
I like Jay, but I like you know when I want to just be in a weird headspace, I listen to Doom. I mean, Doom is just like. Doom is like the avant-garde. Like he just does things that like he talks about himself in the second. That's why I like him in Ghost. He talks about himself in the second person as if it's Doom and some other. He's the villain. I love Doom because people know he's the villain. He says I'm the villain, but they get mad at him when he doesn't. When somebody else is performing as him on stage. So are you guys familiar with that? When Doom will sometimes do a show, it's not really Doom. It's actually somebody else wearing the mask. And people get mad. I'm like, but he's the villain. This is what the villain does. Like you want him to be this guy, he's not going to perform for you in that way. So I like people who are transgressive like in that. So I like Ghost because he does his own thing, and I like Doom, and I just love Nas because there's something about like the fact that people hate on him so much. And I feel like I need to defend them because I defend people who strive to be artists. And I feel like over the course of his career, he's made mistakes, but he was also 20 years old when he came out. I mean, do any of us have any idea what it's like to be catapulted to something at 20 years old, and to then at 22, 23 years old be told that you are the chosen one? You're not. So when you start to like lose your way, people are like, oh, you've lost it. That's hard. And to continue to stay in the game and to stay relevant that long, you got to give it up to people like that. But I know that you wanted to hear Rock Hill.
See, I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to be objective, all right? I'm stepping back. I respect your list, though. I respect your list because I'm a Nas. Nas and I have a crazy relationship because sometimes it seems like he overcompensates that part of him, and I understand where it's coming from. But then it seems a little bit artificial to me sometimes. But you know, the pressure of being the chosen one. I
understand where that's coming from too. You know, it's a desire to be that person. It's a desire to take on these roles, but within a limited space of hip hop, and the 16 bars does not always fit and doesn't always work. And sometimes his own shortcomings and contradictions really blunt his own value. But again, I just finished reading Manny Marable's ridiculously long biography of Malcolm X, and you know, people maybe don't have the time to or desire to invest in it, but that's why it's so important to go back and read history. But you look at Malcolm over the course of his career, that's why he called Manny Marable subtitles the book A Life of Reinvention for a very deliberate, intentional reason. Because throughout Malcolm's life, he was reinventing himself. Yes. He was constantly, up to the day he died. And some of those times, and he would say something in the paper one day, 2 days later would say something that was contradictory in that. Because I think when you're trying to be many different things for many different people, it's tricky, it's hard, and you might say things that contradict what you might feel. So I think that I try to give people the space to fall down because I know they're going to get back up again. And I love and I respect the fact that they're out there doing what they're doing, period. You know, so that's where I go.